When a founder launches a new business, they immediately go on the offensive. The daily to-do list is almost entirely consumed by growth strategies, acquiring new clients, building the brand, and driving revenue. But this hyper-focus on growth creates a dangerous psychological blind spot. Most entrepreneurs meticulously map out every possible avenue for success, yet they ignore the statistical inevitability of risk. To see where you stand, ask yourself one question. If a catastrophic event hit your company tomorrow morning, would your current business model actually survive the impact? Answering that question requires a 10-step protection checklist. This serves as an active, evolving strategy that must scale alongside your operations, rather than sitting in a drawer as a one-time administrative chore. This diagram illustrates the core challenge of growth. While revenue climbs upward over time, the shaded area beneath it represents hidden liability. As the company scales chronologically, its exposure to these risks multiplies exponentially in tandem. This starts at phase 1, the solo founder or remote consultant. Even a laptop-based business faces immediate physical and professional threats long before the first major growth spurt. General liability insurance acts as your first structural pillar. It provides a defense against claims of bodily injury and property damage. We then add a second pillar for commercial property. If a fire or theft occurs, this coverage ensures laptops and networking devices are replaced without draining cash reserves. The final piece of the foundation is professional liability. When a client sues over a failed project, this coverage handles the resulting legal expenses. By securing these 3 baseline liabilities, a founder builds a stable platform that can actually support the weight of future growth. Phase 2 begins as revenue increases. This stage triggers 2 major changes. You hire your first employee and begin storing sensitive digital data. Adding human capital introduces the statistical risk of workplace injuries. Even in a quiet office, employees can experience accidents, making workers' compensation a mandatory requirement for protecting both the team and the company. At the same time, your digital footprint expands. Cybercriminals actively target small businesses because they often lack the dedicated security resources found in massive corporate organizations, making them prime targets for data theft. This image shows how a typical attack looks. By noticing the subtle spelling discrepancies highlighted here, you can spot a phishing attempt before it strikes. Cyber insurance covers the recovery costs if one of these deceptive emails compromises your internal operations. Scaling your operation shifts your primary existential threats away from simple physical accidents and toward unpredictable human error and digital infiltration. Finally, the business reaches the enterprise level. This stage brings larger facilities and the massive opportunities associated with complex legal agreements. When a severe storm or localized disaster physically halts your daily work, business interruption insurance steps in. It replaces lost income and covers ongoing expenses during the weeks you cannot operate, preventing destroyed cash flow from ending the business. You must also look at your paperwork. Founders securing larger deals often sign complex contracts that contain hidden liability clauses, accidentally assuming risks they don't fully understand. This animation shows why an annual coverage review is critical. As the business expands its daily operations, the original startup policy becomes mathematically insufficient to protect the new assets. The protection fails because the coverage hasn't evolved with the company. At this level of scale, unexamined contractual obligations and sudden operational pauses replace standard liabilities as the primary threats to your survival. Veteran entrepreneurs use this checklist to preemptively shield themselves from legal disputes, eventually passing these same protocols down to the next generation of founders. Advanced preparation changes the nature of a crisis. When you have the right protections in place, a catastrophic event is downgraded into a manageable, temporary stressor. Insurance provides a calculated, systematic preparation for absolute uncertainty. It allows a business to absorb a blow that would otherwise be fatal. To achieve this, you must stop asking which specific products to buy and start analyzing which specific risks your business needs to survive. Building a lasting company requires planning for protection with the exact same intensity and rigor that you apply to planning for growth. Success belongs to the founders who are prepared for the problems they cannot see yet.